Hey guys, Random Gamer J here, and we are playing Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2012. That's right. There was no video on Tuesday, which was supposed to be Team Fortress Tuesday, and that is because I got this game on Tuesday, which was supposed to be Team Fortress Tuesday. And I've been playing it since Tuesday, Team Fortress Tuesday. And obviously Wednesday was my own day to play whatever I want, and I chose this. Also, I bought another game when I bought this. I bought Mega Man 9, and the reason there isn't and won't be any videos of that game is because that game does not like to be recorded. The coloring on it, for some reason, when I try to record it, the ground is too bright, and then everything else is too dark, and if I try and like lower the brightness on the TV, then everything else becomes too dark. So it's just like, that game does not want to be recorded. It's not very photogenic. So, yeah, no videos of that. But at the same time, that game's pretty old. Mega Man 10 has been out for a while. Mega Man 10's old, and I already had that for a while and completely destroyed that game. So I'm moving on to my new thing, which is Magic the Gathering, and I'm gonna make a video and show you guys a match. Now, I know some of you guys may be thinking this is gonna be really boring. Why am I even still watching this? Don't leave. Don't leave. I thought the same thing. I thought people are gonna think this is boring. They're not gonna want to sit here and watch this. And so, in order to make it entertaining and make it something that they would want to watch, I'm gonna wait until I get into a good match. And I think that this guy I'm dueling right now, this is a good match to record and, you know, use as a video for this game, because I can't beat him. No joke, I spent most of yesterday trying to beat this dude, and his deck is just ridiculously good. He has like a vampire themed deck, and it's like his abilities for his cards is just so good. Halfway through the duel, he just like gained so much life, and he's like constantly taking my life, and it's like he does things that I can't block, and it's like I'm just sitting here like defenseless, just like, leave me alone, stop bullying me. But as you can see, well, you can't see it, but I can see it. His name is Soren Markov, and underneath his name, which is even tinier, so you'll definitely not be able to read that, it says, defeat this planeswalker to unlock a new deck. A new deck being his deck, which I really want, because you see how much trouble it's giving me? Yeah, I want something that strong so that I can use that for my own personal gain. So, when you first start a duel, you get to pick your deck that you're going to use, and these two decks right here are the ones that you start off with. And then this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one I unlocked by beating these people. And I've been using this deck like non-stop. This is the only deck I've been using, but for some reason it's just not enough against this guy. And it's like, it's just, this guy's too good. Also, a thing I like about this game is during the loading screens, there's some really nice art, and it gives you a bit of like the lore or like the story of the Magic, which is, you know, it's cool, but I personally don't care about that. So the first turn of the duel basically is they give you a hand, and they ask you if you want to keep this hand or draw a new hand. If you choose to draw a new hand, you'll have one less card in your hand, and you can do this until you have one card in your hand. If you start off like that though, you're better off just pausing it and going all the way to restart duel. So alright, it's his turn now, and he sets one of those things. Now basically that's just like this, it's just a land, and it's basically your mana. You use that to summon monsters. Now this is the first card he set out, and it's nice and shiny. This card is trouble. Why? Because if you read the effect, it says that it can't be blocked, and it can't block. So it's good that it can't block, but I can't block it. So if he powers it up and makes it really strong, I'm screwed. Other than that, as you may or may not know, most of you probably don't know, you have 20 HP, and basically, if you take 20 damage, it's game over unless you regain health or, you know, whatever. Playing him yesterday, the match ended with me having -6 and him having 30 health. He gained half of his health, and on top of his health that he already had. And only 3 turns into the match, I already took damage, so that's not good. And now he summons this, which is just, this is where the trouble starts. It has flying, which means it can only be blocked by something that has flying or reach, which most of my cards, if not all of them, don't have that, which is why I have an equip that makes them flying. As for Bloodthirst, a creature with Bloodthirst enters the battlefield with a number of 1/1 counters on it, blah blah blah. Basically, it gets buffs depending on the number of other Bloodlust on the field. And So basically every turn you set down a land, and then you use that to get enough energy or whatever to use it to summon monsters. When you summon a monster, no matter whose turn it is, well, no matter what turn it is, basically, you can't attack with it unless it has an ability called haste. Unlike, games like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, if it's the very first turn, you can't attack. Other than that, whenever you summon a monster, he's free to attack. You can never attack on your first turn. And I've currently took a total of 4 damage, so things are about to start hurting. And he summoned another Tormented Soul, which is the monster that is unblockable. So that's just one more monster I have to worry about. Oh god, and on top of that, he summoned this, Ruthless Coldblade. It gets +2/+1 as long as I have 10 life or less, which will be pretty soon. And once that happens, that'll be a really good monster for him to have. As you can tell, my deck and his deck are like, they each have a solid color. So mine is like a white deck and his is a black deck. That mine is basically like a light kind of thing and his is a dark, which obviously he's vampires. A red deck would be focused more towards fire. Like I have a red deck that's like fire and it focuses mainly on dragons. There's also a blue deck that's water, a green deck that's like a foresty kind of grass creatures, things along those lines. So that's cool to have. And I'm finally going to go on the attack, and let's see if he chooses to block my attack. And he doesn't, so I get to do 2 damage to him, which is good. And as I was saying about the deck colors, you actually don't only have 1 color deck. There are decks that you get that have 2, and some even have 3. I have a red and black deck, which is okay. And now that he's attacking with all these monsters, I'm able to choose whether or not I want to block. So I'm gonna choose to block his 2/1 with my 1/1, and I'll only do 1 damage to him. But because his card is 2-1, it'll do the 1 damage to the second number, which is enough to kill his monster. Other than that, I can't block because I attacked with my other monster. And he destroyed my card, but I also destroyed one of his. Other than that, I'm going to eat 1, 1, and now 2. So I now have 12 HP to his 18. I don't have enough to summon this yet. If you look in the top right, you'll see that my card has summoning requirements of 3 land plus 2 light lands. Other than that, I just have a couple of equip cards, and I don't have any monsters right now, so let's see. I guess we'll activate this, and it looks like my camera is about to die, so I'm actually going to try and switch the batteries right now if I can find extra batteries, and I'll be right back, guys. Alright, sorry for that. I switched out the batteries, and I got some new batteries. Hopefully my camera should be good now. And back to the duel. So yeah, now it's my turn, and in addition to paying to set down equipment or a artifact card, which is like a spell or whatever, it also costs to activate it. So I'm gonna activate this, which is an equip card. It'll give my creature some more strength, and it gives him the ability of flight, which was good because that means that he can only be blocked with something with flying or reach, and he only has 1 flying card. Then I also put something on it where if he blocks my card, I get to draw. So if he blocks it with his flying, which he very well may, then oh, he chose not to. Alright, so I did some damage to him. Now the only problem with me doing damage to him is my card is now tapped, which means that it's like turned sideways. I can't block with it now, so I'm gonna eat another 4 damage, which is gonna bring me down to 8 HP, and he still has 15. But hopefully, oh, and now he summoned this. So basically what happens is that this card, while it's in play, the top card on his deck is being showed. And as long as the top card on his deck is black, this monster gets an additional, gets more strength. And that's gonna make this card really strong right now. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna activate this, which is gonna prevent one creature from being able to attack or block or do anything. We're gonna activate that on his strongest creature, because obviously we don't want that doing anything. And other than that, I'm just gonna go in for the attack. I have a card in my hand right now where if I choose to, I can activate it for 1 mana and prevent myself from taking any damage from a card of any color that I choose, which obviously I'll choose black. He didn't block though, so I'm good. Unfortunately, I'm gonna take at least 4 damage this turn again, so I really gotta bring it on. I gotta bring it on home. I gotta try and end this duel soon, but it's hard to because I'm not getting any monsters. So let's read this real quick. Right creatures. So yeah, this will only affect my monsters. It won't affect me. So activating that now is useless. So I'm gonna eat 1, 2, 4 damage, and that leaves me with 4 HP, which means next turn I'm probably gonna die if I'm not careful. And I'm gonna summon this, which will allow me to tap a creature and put it sideways, and it'll also make it so that it can't be untapped next turn. So I'm gonna tap his flying so that even though it's already tapped, it shouldn't untap next turn. In addition to that, I'm going to pretty much just go in for the attack since that's all I can do. And I have 1 monster on my field now, so he can block 1 card. However, he should only be attacking with his 2 1/1s, which unfortunately have the ability to be unblockable. So that sucks. Luckily, they can't block me, so it's kinda, you know, double-edged sword for him. Alright, so now I'm forced to take a 2/2 or 1/1, which adds up to 2, and I'm gonna be left with 2 HP. However, he has 9, which means... Oh, wait, what is he summoning? Blood Rage Vampire. So, that's a good card for him to have right now, since nothing he has will be able to block. That'll be able to do some blocking for him, and it was boosted up because of the Bloodlust ability. So that's something I'm going to have to watch out for. Let's see, what am I going to do here? I'm going to activate this, which means that I'm going to choose black, which means that all creatures that are black can't hurt my white creatures, which just sounds really racist. But but I can make it green, I can make it like blue and stuff, so it's not racist, don't worry. And now I'm going to go in for these 2 attacks with these 2 monsters, and actually I'm not going to. I'm going to save 1 monster and attack with my 3/2. That way I can block at least one of his attacks next turn. But I'm still going to lose the next turn, so it doesn't even matter. He's left with 6, I'm left with 2. Now it's his turn, and he's going to attack me with 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. And I'm pretty much dead. I can only block 1 attack, and it's like it doesn't even matter. Actually, I can't block either attack because 2 of his monsters are unblockable, and 1 monster is flying, and my monster that is flying can't block. So -2 to 6. I almost won, but I still ended up losing. So yeah, that dude has a really cool deck, and I can't wait to get it. I don't know when that will be though, but hopefully it'll be soon. Hopefully I'll be able to beat him, and once I do, you better believe that that will become my new deck. So I'm gonna end this video now, and we're actually gonna have a rematch with him, and I'm gonna try out a different deck so you get a feel for how different decks may or may not work. You know, every deck pretty much plays differently. So thanks for watching, and I'll be right back with the rematch.